Ladies and gentlemen, we're finally going live here for the first match of the night. This is, of course, what you've all been waiting for, Fnatic versus mousesports. We're going to be jumping right into it. Apologies for the short delays, but taking into account we have 14 matches or something going on. 14 teams trying to get ready and get on the servers for the matches tonight. We have 7 concurrent games. So we're jumping right into the match. This is a pistol round, Fnatic versus mousesports here on the first map, DE Cash. Following up will be Mirage, and there's 2 best of 1s. Obviously, mousesports have already qualified for Pro League. They cannot be eliminated, but Fnatic, they're just outside of the bracket. They're 7th place right now, so they need to win both their games, and they need a few other teams to lose theirs at the same time. There's a lot of pressure on Fnatic to pick up both wins this series, but let's see how they perform here over on the first map. This is going to be the more likely one of 2 that they can take. Cash being a far better map, at least for Fnatic, than Mirage has been of at least recent performance, but regardless, mousesports have been looking on fire when it comes to events like DreamHack recently. So I'm interested to see how this one goes. But we're into it anyway. Fnatic on that T side, as I said. We're going to have Armour over on Flusher. Oh, everyone except Flusher. He's got a couple of bits of nades, and they will be setting up outside of the A site. Looking ready to burst this one, it seems. Flusher's going to throw down his nades. There's smokes and flashes going out. There's only Dennis on the site to deal with this. Oscar's going to be rotating in as well. Nice angle from Dennis. May just catch him, and he gets himself one. Doesn't drop the bomb, but it makes its way to the plant spot. However, hasn't gone down. And Dennis and Oscar, they are wreaking havoc here. Wrapping around the site's going to be Dennis. Finds himself death as Flusher removes his face swiftly. And the rotation coming in through mid from JW is going to land himself a quick shot as well onto Chris J, but he's dinked in the meantime. So low. Flusher tagged as well. They need to get the bomb down. The time is ticking away, and Flusher, he's going to make this one work. Takes down Rops, but he will eventually be dropped by Lowell. Rotating back in from the car there, and mousesports, despite a great start, it gets a bit choppy towards the end there, but they still pick it up. 1-0 here for the CT side. So, as you would expect, Fnatic, no bomb down. They will be forcing things up. A few bits of utility. Mostly armour and pistols here, the dreaded Tech 9s, alongside the Deagles, as we see on JW and Dennis. We're going to see a bit of aggression coming out from mousesports, maybe some information play. Oscar, he's pushed up towards the vent area. There will be a boost being employed, as well as that Chris J is very forced into middle. They're just focusing on the mid control right now. Not only do they have Chris J pushed up, but Rops is now in the vent thanks to the handy boost from Oscar. We have Dennis as well supporting from the highway box, but this push is going to come down onto B. We have 2 players ready to take the fight, and Oscar, he is there, sprays down the first, does get traded by Flusher, but Rops is going to drop in tow to try and trade him out. However, he falls down too. Flusher's found himself 2 entries to B, and that's going to force a lot of rotations from mousesports. But look on the other side of the map. This is where Fnatic are hitting. The issue is the bomb. It's dropped outside of middle. They need to go pick that up. If only they had it, they could have had the A site in and of itself, and they could have won that round. Now it's starting to look a little more difficult as mousesports, they realise what's up. They've rotated a player back towards the A site. Dennis just lurking in the midst of the CT spawn. And Chris J in the meantime is pushed up, catching rotations left and right. Takes down Flusher. We'll hear the footsteps going into main as well. And better go TV lag, but we make it in anyway. The bomb will be making its way towards the site. Chris J very close. He will be spotted. Grim's going to be taking that fight. Succeeds. Now it's all on to Lau. Has to clutch a 1v3. Does pick up the first, but 12 bullets left. He needs to hurry up and utilise this while the bomb is being planted. But no, it goes down. 6 bullets remaining in the clip. And Dennis, he's just going to tag him away. It will be Fnatic to pick up that second round force buy. Very surprising one as well. It was looking like mousesports could have at least realised what was going on. Once the bomb was dropped outside of middle, it seemed that mousesports at least rotated Dennis back towards that A side of the map. If they realised that Fnatic maybe had a little more pressure on A through the squeaky door and the main area as well, they could have maybe rotated a second one and stopped that push, but it was all left for the retake, and Lau wasn't up to the task, but a force coming back in either way for Mouse. Double scout. UMP as well on Lau. Again, the triple mid setup we see this time, with no vents control or aggression. Sitting far more laid back towards the top and middle. JW will get boost in the meantime, over towards that red crate. Finally, the aggression comes in, and this may result in a boost as well. Lau, he's actually going to chuck Dennis up on top. No one's going to be there to spot, and Flusher will pick up a kill onto the aggressive Oscar down towards B. But Dennis, he's still in this position. This is great, because not only can you wait for Fnatic to boost into mid themselves, or you can also burst in through the A main area, have a really quick retake, potentially drop the bomb. A whole array of options here. And with Fnatic setting up outside of the A site, he is going to be poised perfectly to deal with this one. Fnatic looking for another entry to make their lives a little easier. The smoke will go down. There's no one here on the A side. mousesports very set up for the retake here. We're still waiting on Dennis to drop on from the boost and come in from the flank, but it's going to be Chris J picking up JW over in middle. The flank not working out. He tried to split through the highway, but it's just not going to go his way as Dennis just drops off back. He's not even going to go for that aggression. He decides to regroup with his team and make their way towards the highway area, trying to get back onto this site. The bomb, in the meantime, has been planted for Fnatic, but they still got a huge order ahead of them. There's a lot of mousesports players going for this one. It doesn't seem like they're fully committed just yet. The time is ticking away. They don't have a kit, so if they want to go for this, they have to hurry up and get in the site, get these kills sooner rather than later. I just don't think this is possible anymore at all. Rops will pick up one, but he gets traded. Olaf drops Chris J, and yeah, this is all over. Dennis wants to get the hell out of here, but he's cornered. He's completely circled by these Fnatic players. There's no way they'll let him go down. He will get taken out by Dennis. Dennis dropping to the man himself, and now Lau just holding on to that UMP. So Fnatic's round again at least. mousesports really undecided on that retake there. If you're going to go for it at that point, you need to just get into the site. Economical damage didn't really work out in their favour either. Fnatic kept quite a few players alive. 3 in fact, so going to make things very difficult for mousesports to actually hurt this T-side economy. Either way, will be the Mac 10 coming in for Olaf. He knows that they have low money. He knows that the Seco is coming in. Aside from Mouse, who only have the UMP on Lau, everyone else is just going to be default on USPs. And Fnatic taking advantage, hitting in towards middle. Again, the triple play here coming out from Mouse, but it's going nowhere. Flusher, Crims and Dennis all pick up heads. Rops does drop one in the meantime, and he is spotted down towards B, so should just get thrown out of that position as Crims removes him. Lau, the only weapon man, is going to drop without a lick of damage. Fnatic get away with it once again. 3-1 here on the T side. A great start, and mousesports are finally going to be on their bye. Full rifles. Olaf even opting to stick with this Mac 10 as well. Very brave decision, but they are just going to charge into B. And if they actually do commit to this one, it could be so dangerous. There's only Rops here, the new addition to the mousesports side. He's got a huge task ahead of him. Been performing very well recently, but this is just a tall order. Fnatic have got 3 players set outside of B. He needs to call for a rotation. He will. We start to see Dennis make his way back in towards this side of the map. And there we go. Rob sprays down 2. Great stuff there. Dennis has finally made his way back in as well. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered. mousesports have shut down this Fnatic push. They can't commit with this anymore. The bomb is still in their favour at least, but other than that, they've not got a whole lot going for them as they start to rotate back on in. Lau's going to be pushed up and squeaky in the meantime, and he'll get spotted. Dennis can take him down. He's got him cornered. Nade and Molotov still in his hands as well, but Lau, whether he throws down the smoke, can escape or at least fake it. But he will just fall on back. No need for mousesports to get aggressive in this position. They have a 5-on-3. They can just sit tight, wait for Fnatic to make the play. Because if they play the trade game, they utilise that buddy system, this round will be as good as done. It's going to take a big mistake from mousesports for Fnatic to get themselves back into this round and pick it up. At this point, it's mainly about economical damage, taking rifles off of the hands of this CT side. Lau crossing back towards the site, has safely made it his way away from Squeaky. Does find the angle into JW as well. Great shot from him as Fnatic to begin to rotate back on into A. Starting their push, but look at the CTs. Look how many CTs we have here. 4 out of 5, and even Dennis knows what's up. There's 20 seconds left. These Fnatic players cannot rotate. They have to commit towards this side of the map. As they start to push on into the site, it's going to be Dennis and Crims left alive. Crims removed from the equation, and Dennis jumping on top of the forklift for 1, but that should just be it. He will get taken down. mousesports pick up the round, and 2-3 is going to be the scoreline. At least mousesports coming back in with a round to try and close this tiny gap that Fnatic have brought in. AWP on Olaf. No Mac 10 business today. It's just going to be the rifles. And maybe a bit of a pick towards middle. JW does get smoked off, so he can't commit for it. But it's going to be Crims deep into the squeaky door. Fnatic already poised towards this A side of the map. Far from committed, but in good positions to do so. mousesports, again, double mid play, not the triple, but they still have plenty of players towards this position. Chris J pushed up with that UMP. Dennis supporting from a range of the M4. Again, a more so retake setup here we see from the mousesports side. If Lau needs to, if they throw that smoke down right in front of him, if they just cover the cross here with the smoke, he can back off all the way towards Car, play for the retake with Dennis as well. They don't have to commit to anything here, and that's a great setup from mousesports, but they actually move on players in. As Fnatic start to make a bit of a push onto the A side, Oscar will deny the first, but Chris J aggression will get caught on the rotation from JW, so at least now he can filter out mid and try and split towards that A side, but Dennis disallows it, takes his head off. mousesports still in a 4-on-3 right now. Fnatic losing players quick and fast. And Dennis will follow up with another one onto his arch nemesis, Dennis himself. And the rest of mousesports just rotating in time to clean it up. Not even playing for the retake there. They could have just backed off and gone for that 5-on-4 retake. But no, they commit to it and it works very, very well. Still, Fnatic are going to force things up. They do have the WMP, Tech 9, double AK as well. Plenty of utility to get the job done, but the issue is they seem to be getting out engaged in every single fight they take. And Lau jumping on top of the boost, no response from Olaf Meister, will go straight down. mousesports taking that man advantage once again here. Fnatic just not in a position to trade. Instantly, pick comes through from Lau, he drops out, no trade allowed, then the smoke comes down to disallow anything from Fnatic. No monkey business today. And they could even just go for the gamble stack here. They can even rotate 3 players towards the A site and have a 4th very, very close by. Chris J drops on down, the Dutchman falling from the skies, gets himself 2. Dennis does manage to take down, well, Dennis. It's always a weird thing to say, but Crims is now alone. Caught in the squeaky door, catches the first, Oscar goes down, but there's still plenty more players for him to filter out, and Lau's just going to shut the door. Go away, it's my territory here, but Crims does respond, actually gets the kill, and that's a bit silly from Lau now, because now not only is this clutch more doable for Crims, but also that's going to really, stop the economy of mousesports from growing. If you have 3 people alive, you could build your money up fairly easily, but with 2, it's going to be held down. Either way, mousesports should be able to close out this round, unless we see a pick come out here from Crims. Could take down Dennis. But he's moved into A main with the support of Rops as well. Gonna get found, but still gets away with a kill. Very, very shakily there. mousesports pick up the round. And yeah, I mean, if Lau just didn't go for that fight there, it would have been a whole better situation for mousesports, because they would have had 3 players alive. They wouldn't have to reinvest in, a UMP here. They could have 4 rifles. I mean, realistically, they can have 4 rifles now, but they know that Fnatic are probably going to be eco or force. So it's better to go for a UMP just to rack up a bit of money on Chris J. Fnatic, only armour on Dennis. Rest of them just pistols here. Chris J again, aggressive towards mid. They will hear his footsteps for sure. He makes a lot of noise there and they burst out. He's blind, but he's got support. Dennis is going to be able to pick up 2. Chris J, he hears the tags, looking in for more, finds himself another double, and Crims is going to get found as well. Great stuff from Chris J and Dennis. And mousesports, a clean anti-eco there. Pause will be called out. I imagine this is a technical. Dennis is just disconnected from the server. But so far this is looking like a pretty equal game. Fnatic, however, yet to get a rifle round on the board. That's the only issue. Oh, sorry, they have had one rifle round. But as you can see, Mao's currently on a 4-0 streak, doing very, very well. Dennis will be rejoining, however. And Orb now passed over to JW, as you would expect. He is armorless here, so that's going to be a bit of a handicap. Oscar, not really in the same situation. He has armor. But either way, we know what JW's like. As long as he can pull out that vintage form, you never know what he can perform. He makes his way deep into Squeaky already. Fnatic set up for a bit of a mid-play. You can see smokes and flashes going to be set up and a flashbang to go in, but JW picks up the first. Oscar, aggression over towards Squeaky, gets caught out. And that's the Orpa taking the duel away for his side. Olofmeister in the meantime drops Chris over in middle, and Lowell is now alone on the A site. Dennis will finally join him as he backs off from that middle position, but he gets tagged by the Orp as JW charges out onto the site, takes himself one. Lowell trades. He's still alone towards the back of the site and getting chased from behind as Flusher removes his face. It's going to all be on Rops. Wrong side of the map here, but it's definitely doable. They've got, you know, a bit separated in this position. He does manage to find himself Dennis, but at this point it looks like he's just going for the straight up save. Unless he can quickly wrap around towards CT spawn, potentially get this pick onto Olof, he could go for this, realistically. There's the second. Nice tap. This guy's nuts. And I think he's going to go for this. Why the hell not? He's already found himself two. Flusher has an AWP in his hand and only one smoke, but again, another 1v1 presents itself, and this is exactly what you shouldn't do if you're Fnatic. Crims has no need to take this fight here. It could be the death of them, but no, he gets away with it. Takes the kill back for Fnatic and they close out the round, but imagine another situation where Rops hits that shot, takes down Crims. Now he has a 1v1, and that's just Fnatic completely misplaying the round. No need to take every single gunfight you see. Double AWP pulled out now for mousesports. Chris J and Oscar, the two former AWPers of, well, this team, at some point at least. We will see another burst play from Fnatic straight into towards the middle area. Do flash himself through. The wall of smokes allowing them across. And mousesports playing it perfectly. They don't even want to contest. They don't want to get rushed through the smoke like Olofmeister's doing here. They're just going to completely back off towards the A side of the map. A boost into vents will come through, and Rops with the AUG. This is weird. Let's see how this works out. He's not going to push any further, and Dennis hasn't exactly spotted him yet, so just got lucky in that regard. But still a very tight engagement. All it takes is one miss peek, and there we go. Not a miss peek, in fact. Rops takes the kill. That's just crazy. Bye-bye, Dennis. Great pickup from mousesports. Interesting choice of gun. The SG used more so on the T side by players like Magisk. But the AUG, you barely ever see it employed just because it's just a bit messy. It's expensive gun, 3300, and a bit messy. I'm not a fan of it myself. Spray control's a bit weird. Again, it's fairly simple to control, but I think most people just rather stick with the M4, but it does have that one-shot potential. Oh, no, it doesn't. No, that's only the SG. I'm pretty sure the AUG doesn't have that one-shot potential, so even less of a reason to buy it up. But he makes it work. 20 seconds left. Fnatic have to hit towards this A site. They have all their players outside, and Flusher, he opens things up. Doubles down as well. Dennis is dead, and now it's all onto Lau. He's the only person who can stop this bomb plant, but even then, that's unrealistic, as it will go down towards default. Olof planting that safely for Fnatic, and a great individual play from Flusher will manage to single-handedly make this round doable. But again, Rops, he's using this AUG, and he's getting headshots left and right, finds himself Flusher. These players starting to rotate back in. Mouse definitely have to go for this. It's very, very doable. There's only, you know, AKs and AWPs, no utility left for the side of Fnatic, but JW will have the AWP, securing another kill. Lau goes down, Crims will follow up, and it's all onto Chris J, who runs for the hills. Fnatic, a 5th round on the board, finally going to wrap two together. Don't get reset, and they even take down Chris J. Olaf chasing that frag. And now that's a real issue for mousesports, right? Because they don't have any money to play with on two of the players. 3 players can buy up, and now we're going to have to see pistols or UMPs or body armor on players like Chris J or Lau. Yeah, just pistols, 3 rifles, no kits across any of these players either, so a difficult spot to be in for mousesports. And Fnatic know exactly what's up. Flusher's even going to buy up the Mac 10 here. This could be dangerous considering we have some rifles, but even so, this guy's a god with every weapon in the game. However, Dennis will shut him down, but look at the damage that has been employed. Dennis tagged, Chris J tagged. It's only going to take singular bullets from Fnatic. And Rops just holding the crossfire. Chris J with him as well. Dennis does take down Chris J. Rops will re-peek him for more. Does take down the second. Actually goes in for a bit more of a fight, but flashes himself with that flashbang actually, so has to back off it. But re-flashes in. The flank comes out from Olofmeister, takes his head off, and Rops is dead. Now the B site's been opened up like a can of worms, with only Lau even close proximity to stop it, but he's smoked off. Nothing he can do. Rotation is long for Oscar, and Dennis is close, but again, only a pistol and 20 HP. His gun's been thrown over to Lau. Walking into the site once again, but it just doesn't seem doable. I think they may even have to save here. If Oscar drops, they've got to go for it, but Seems like he's just holding on, but actually going to go right into the site now. Maybe this on. Oscar does fall, and yeah, that will signal it. Lau just going to hold on to his weapon. No point going for it anymore. It looked like they could have committed to it with Oscar falling into the site there, but with the pick coming instantly through for Fnatic, a 3v2 retake, no kit, no utility. No, not going to happen. At least Lau gets scrims. But Fnatic, they've got some good rifle rounds so far on the board. 6 for them now. Locking out these post plants very, very well. It seems like a lot of these rounds, at some point it's undoable, and Fnatic still managed to get those last second picks to get themselves deep onto a site and get that bomb plant. And mousesports unable to retake any of these rounds so far. You can see they've never got a defuse. So Fnatic clearly having success. Dennis and Lau will be on weapons. Other than that, it's just pistols here, very bare bones. Setting up outside of A once again. Only Lau. He has been boosted. She has his teammate there, of course. Dennis. Oh no, they surely know Lau's boosted here. They saw Dennis close. Lau will pick up one. He drops in for more. Shuts the door as well. That's a very clever movement. And may he get a second. Dennis is in the open, but he has 2 players there peeking with him. JW misses the AWP shot. Lau, he's found himself 2, making this one very costly for Fnatic. But again, it's only pistols remaining as the rest of them are completely flushed out. Flusher takes down Rops. JW can't afford to fall here as Chris J rotates back on in. Lots of damage. Grabs himself the gun as well, and he doesn't get dropped. Now Oscar's in a prime spot, edge of the smoke, can spot Crims around this angle, and will even push him, but gets his head removed. Again, it's Chris J now, has to hold on to his gun, will be the round going to Fnatic, but so much damage done onto JW, 4 HP left. One more bullet, and that retake was very, very doable. And he's even chasing. He's chasing! This is JW for you, ladies and gentlemen. He's chasing with 4 HP. Why would you do that? No idea, but it works. Great stuff for Fnatic. mousesports will be able to buy up now. Lau going to be a little bit limited. UMP for him. Maybe he'll get a kit. Good. He gets a kit. I like a good old kit on the CT side. You see so many times teams don't pick up kits. They just go for the full nades instead. I think you should always have one kit if you're going for an investment. Drop a smoke. It's more important to have one kit somewhere that you can use. And put it on a mid player. So you always have it on the rotation. Or at least between sites. AWP on Oscar. Spotting in towards middle. Not going to be able to find... Oh, sorry, B. Not going to be able to find anything just yet. Dennis and Flusher are tagged down, at least through middle. Good nade damage and spam damage as well. But Olaf is pushed all the way up in the meantime, very close towards the highway. And if they split these players in through the squeaky door, for example, like Crims, they can just, send Olaf up highway, go for that split play down on towards the A site, get a really easy pincer attack, and it'll be very difficult for mousesports to defend if it's timed all right. JW's doing exactly that. Spots the rifle, Chris J in the open. Dangerous position, he pays the price for it as well. Now that just leaves one towards the site. It's all going to be on Lau and instantly just removed. Tries to move towards MBK as the mollies fly on in, but it's not going to work out. Already Dennis has left the site, trying to catch up 3 kills in middle. And this makes sense. Instead of trying to fight on the site where you're likely going to have lots of Fnatic players, try and grab a lurker, try and kill Dennis who's trying to split towards a highway or catch rotations. The issue is Dennis is being flanked himself. Olaf Meister's right behind. Will spot the head. Oh no, Olaf. He's trying to get so much information from this. This isn't the knife play. This is him going for info. And he gets it. Looks in for more. But oh, the reload. The timing's so bad. Rops even gets the peek onto him and takes down Olaf Meister. Oscar may be holding for the save, but Rops can get a little more damage done here. Good flashbang out. Does get himself one by the trade. And that's important for Fnatic. Because not only does that make this retake undoable, but it also means that mousesports don't get to save 2 rifles, which means eventually their economy is really going to go to, nothing. It's getting very, very crushed each round. You can see the rounds that Fnatic are winning, mousesports aren't saving many players. They got 2 in that round. But those are the 2 rifles, full up in this round where they only got 2 kills. So at least Oscar saves, but at this point Fnatic are just holding down the economy of mousesports, not allowing these guys to hold on to weapons, and that's important. I like what Olaf did there in CT spawn as well. Instead of just going for the instant kill, when he's deep into CT, he has a CT here. He could just shoot him, but people from mousesports are just going to push like that, like Rops did, in towards the CT spawn, expecting this whole area to be clear. The only issue was the timing was a little bit off, but say, the player over in Connected didn't move, we could have easily seen, Olaf killing Rops down here and then killing the second player in the Connector, but either way. Mouse forcing things up with just one saved weapon, with that AWP. Chris J on the scout. A couple of UMPs as well, a bit limited. Again, only one kit. Utility is very, very held back as well. Fnatic have been doing crashing work on this economy, but can mousesports bite back? Chris J trying to answer. Olofmeister spots him. Doesn't know if that's a scout or an AWP either. Just got to be very, very careful with that peek. Nade will go out, going to peek with it. Actually spots a player moving out of the vents. Good Molotov, but Robs, how does he get away with that kill? He takes himself a free one. Flusher does trade, and he walks into the Molotov of Crims as well. Not a good situation to be in for Robs, but he just tried to escape from that mid-area, knowing he was going to get chased down with such low HP. But I have no idea how he even got that kill onto Olof. Something else, this guy. Something else. And Lau, if he could get this pick off into mid, take down Flusher, this could be great, but it's looking far, far harder than that. As we are going to see Fnatic set the rest of the players up into A main. Once again, rinse and repeat, split into A, but at the end of the day, Fnatic, they do have this one lurk player down towards B, JW. He can just throw nades, he can just push in, be a nuisance, cause rotations. Oscar spots him, takes the kill, but now he knows it's not A. They should rotate instantly because Dennis is going to be alone. You can instantly see Lau's going to be moving his way in through the CT spawn, and it's all onto Dennis to stop this plant. He's in a great position. Flusher's dropped a rotation, but Dennis in through the smoke, grabs himself one, takes the AK as well. It leaves Flusher alone in middle to get caught out, and Dennis left on the site, spots the head, but no Oscar's rotated in. What a great round for mousesports. They managed to pick it up against all odds, the buy being far too weak. And even though Fnatic sent in JW to create the fake here, Oscar peeked out from checkers, spotted him out, called instantly, I've only killed one, they're not going B, and that allowed the instant rotation coming out from the rest of the mousesports players back into that A site, allowing Oscar to pick up that final kill. So good stuff. Mousesports get another round on the CT side, but Fnatic are still leading. 8 rounds here on the T. Mousesports just settling with 6, looking for the final 1.5 as we see the force come up from, well, really both teams. Neither team having a perfect buy. Utility limited on both sides, and Olof, oh no, don't do it. Don't do it. He does it. Takes down Chris J over in middle. Fnatic have opened it up once again. The pick going their way with no retaliation from mousesports. They can just charge them from the site of their choice, and that choice is B. Oscar's dropped. Rops is trying to rotate back on in. Flash goes out, peeks with it. Does do some good blinding, but he doesn't get the frag. That should have been his kill. Krim supports, and Rops will go down, allowing Olofmeister to escape with only 15 HP. And it's our last round of the half. Only 2 players versus 5. They have to try and retake, but this round is as good as done. Krim spots another. Dennis can't get that kill. And mousesports, they're out of this round. They even have a flank coming on. Come on, JW. Show us what you got with that scout, buddy. Gonna move in. Gets a tag. That's now distracts Lau. Turns around, but JW's taking the kill anyway. He does not care. He will get traded by Dennis, but that leaves him on 2 HP. And that's it. What can you expect? We'll be going the way of Flusher once again. Mousesports only get themselves 6 rounds on that first half. Fnatic with a solid 9. And we'll be going for a short 60-second break before we carry on with the second half. Welcome back. We're going into the second pistol round here between Fnatic and mousesports. Obviously this is the cash. The half ended 9-6 in favour of Fnatic. Now we go into the second one. A very important matchup. If Fnatic don't pick up this win, they cannot pretty much mathematically... they cannot qualify for the LAN finals. They need to win both games, plus a few other teams need to lose their matches. But we're jumping into this one anyway. Let's see how it goes. mousesports, very fast boost up towards middle. It's all on Flusher, alone towards mid. We will see actually Crims rotating through the connector to try and support him. But Flusher has to back off here. He's getting hunted down here by these Ts, chasing up with the Glocks. It's JW to open things up though, supporting his teammate as Flusher backs off. And Crims even has Dennis here over in middle to drop another player as they start to push on in, but it's going to be the B-split coming in. Olaf set up for the retake, doesn't check his back though. He has a player pushing him from behind. Chris J whiffs the shot, and Olaf's going to go big for two. What just happened? Crims mows down another couple of players, and the round will be going for Fnatic. What a weird pistol round. mousesports, they split up through middle, they try and get themselves in towards that highway, but without a pick they actually lose a player here, so they can't get their way up to, towards highway with a man disadvantage. So instead try to split quickly down into the vents. Chris J comes in from behind, gets killed from Olaf, and these players get mowed down from Crim. So a good round for Fnatic, very individual. And now we have mousesports left with just pistols. No bomb plant, no money. 4 Tech 9s and a Deagle. One flashbang on Dennis. That will just be to get them in through this smoke into B. That's basically all they need to do. Just charge on it. It's Dennis and Olaf to play close. Dennis does get spotted. He's going to spam away. Does get tagged down and goes down to Rops. Olaf Meister looking to try and trace things out, but he has so many players. He has nothing going his way. Lau takes him down, and now mousesports have control of B. We're going to have charging in JW, finds himself one, lots of damage as well. He even tags down the player over in checkers, as these players, well, they are smoked out. The heaven is not covered off. mousesports have no more utility left for this position. They picked up a smoke to throw down towards the CT spawn, but that's going to be it as JW rotates back in to go through the vents, but he will be heard from the player playing close checkers. That will be Dennis. As Flusher and Crims look to both come in through main here. I think it's almost undoable. I think they've probably got to save if they don't find another pick in just a few seconds. Kits are galore, but still, mousesports not really peeking. Finally they will. Oh no, that's a big mistake. Do not give Flusher those opportunities. Lau will get retaliation though. It looked like Flusher wanted to jump in and dive on the bomb there. Maybe go for some kind of last second defuse, but Lau does deny him. Gets away with 2 HP as well, and 2 saves coming out for Fnatic. But that was very close. If Flusher got that third kill onto Lau, he would have maybe even had that defuse, because the last player was over in B main. He could have had a teammate take him down. That was Dennis, and then they could have just, you know, flushed it out and got that defuse in just a couple of seconds. But either way, it is, you know, a way for mousesports, considering they only had pistols into that round and they get away with it. It's very, very impressive. Now Fnatic with pistols themselves, a UMP and a couple of rifles instantly towards middle. We're going to see some aggression, and Olaf pushed up on B in the meantime as well. Dennis looking for some kind of pick. Olaf is going to grab the kill in the meantime onto Rops. A weapon dropped and picked up by the Swede. As he moves in from the back line, it's going to be Dennis to actually follow up with kills. But gets traded by his arch nemesis, by his duo. As Olaf finally wraps in from spawn. I feel like mousesports should be aware of the potential there. If he gets that pick up with the CZ, grab himself a gun, got to be aware he could push in from behind. You've let go control of B. Olaf can always be sneaky in the back. We know what he likes to do. I mean, all of these Fnatic players love their lurking. Flusher, JW, Olaf, they're all players very, very well known to just run around the map and do their own thing. Chris J is now alone, and he has only got a deagle. He will be dead too. And now just Glocks. They will invest a little bit. Of course, they have got some money to play with, and the resets even come in. So yeah, you may as well just force up at this point, because at this point, mousesports have to double eco. Whether they force or eco in this one, it won't affect much. Only the utility that, or the AWP potential they buy up in that buy round in 2 rounds time. But Oscar's saving cash for that exact thing, as well as Chris. It's a bit of cash maybe for utility. As mousesports set up these smokes outside of the A side of the map, it's just going to be JW and Flusher to defend. No close players as well. Crims can rotate as well as Olaf Meister, but It's basically just on these two players to get the job done. Flusher, with only a CZ, has to play close. Will chase down Lau, gets the first kill, and has time for the reload as well as he backs off towards the site. Nate going out for some more damage, but Flusher is going to be alone now as his teammate gets overrun by Rops, who gets himself a double. Olaf has rotated in, but Crims has lined up 2 frags, spraying down Dennis and Oscar as Chris J and Rops are left. Last 2 men standing. The Molotov forcing Chris out of position, but actually Rops, he goes down. Chris gets himself 1, takes himself 2. That's massive. Only 1 more needed, and Chris J, with 11 points of health left, needs a final shot. He gets it. Olaf is dead, and mousesports, they pick up the round just off the back of that clutch. What a phenomenal display from Chris J. 8 rounds to 11 a round. mousesports should not have won, and they are going to be reaping the benefits of that. Plenty of cash to buy up now. It's Fnatic, look at them. All their investment gone to waste. They're not even going to force this one. They're not even going to go for it. And the interesting thing is as well, they don't have a lot of cash to fall back on. They're going to get 1900 after this. They could buy up somewhat. They'll have 4 to 5k on these players, but it's definitely not a full buy. So while it does make sense, it's going to be a very, very limited buy when they go for it. Is this metas? No, this is not metas. This is Hugo. Oh, nice shot from Chris J. Continuing from the previous round. JW even chasing, but Chris J's prepared. All onto Olaf. He's alone towards A, but mousesports aren't even hitting. That's the thing about pistol rounds, right? Just because you get 2 picks, if you do that on a rifle round, you usually charge into a site. But if mousesports gets 2 picks up against ecoing players, it doesn't mean a thing. Because Fnatic could have stacked that site. mousesports could go, oh, we got 2 kills, rush A, and then Fnatic have 3 players left. So playing it safe, playing it slow, get those 2 picks. You don't have to go, is the saying. Wow, we'll follow up with another one. Olaf Meister goes down, the 3rd player on A. And now this is probably when you choose to hit towards the site, because 30 seconds left, you don't want to leave it too late. They will walk into B with only Dennis defending, but he has got a pistol here, and we know what 5.7s are like. $500. How much damage can it inflict? Rops is going to be the first man there, so probably none. But actually they back off. They bring the bomb back towards the A site, and that's just because of Chris. He's probed all the way towards CT spawn. He got himself so much information. While he may fall down here, no head armor. That's a fatal mistake. Crims now has a rifle. 15 seconds. He can deny this bomb. He can get more. Takes down Lau, but the head is removed by Dennis. And now the other Dennis trying to rotate back in to pick up the pieces of the fallen round. That could have been so great for Crims. So unfortunate he got shot in the face there. And Dennis, he may even save this one, but Oscar not going to allow him to. He goes for the fight. Gets dropped by the AWP. And mousesports, another round on the board, keeping 3 alive. Matthias, thank you very much. And thank you, Kimbo Slice. Ooh, good spray through the wall. Olaf's tagged a little bit. Could have connected a little bit more as mousesports established a default early on in the round, not wanting to commit to anything just yet. Smokes are going to hold them back as well in through middle. JW just posted with the AWP. He doesn't want to be jumping around like he usually does, because take into account he only has an AWP with no armor. So if he starts moving around, gets caught out, 1 bullet will put him off guard. Hold an angle, get the shot, drop back. Definitely what you should do when you don't have armor. Oh yeah, apologies for the clicks on my keyboard. Again, this is a home production for those wondering, because there are so many games going on in the Pro League tonight. I'm broadcasting this from home. I'm observing, producing, and casting, so maybe a little bit off. Hopefully you won't hear too many clicks, but you will hear a couple of camera changes every now and then. But I've got a lot to do. But in towards A, it's looking like mousesports want to hit. There's 2 players to defend, Flusher and JW. Flusher's towards the forklift, going to go for that fight onto Chris J, but he gets his face removed. Chris J finds the opener, and JW alone just going to get chucked out of the server by Chris J, running out in through the squeaky door, gets himself 2. Dennis even follows up, and that leaves just 2 left. And instantly going to go for the save. Fnatic not even want to contest this. mousesports will be hunting a little bit. This is dangerous. This safe spot could, result in them going down. They have good positions for a bit of a crossfire. Dennis can kind of bait them in and Olaf gets the kill. But look, they're even going to volley it, or at least flash it. They know where he is. They take one. Dennis going to fall down after that kill onto Chris J, and now Olaf's position has been spotted as well. Lau doesn't need to fight, but of course he will, because he wants to drop this M4. He wants to take it out of his hands, and he will get away with it as well. Caster, what's your name? My name's Hugo. Someone in here can put my Twitter, I think. If you are enjoying the cast. Hopefully you are. Yeah, blew up, dropped my Twitter. Cheers. Fnatic though, just pistols here. Looking like mousesports may catch up to the 11-11 scoreline. As long as they don't fall to these PT50s and 5.7s, or CZs at least. This one should be mousesports. Fnatic probably going to have to go for a bit of a stack or do something a bit spicy to catch them off guard. As mousesports feed their way out into middle. Or at least attempt to. Molotov goes out and vents. Olaf's not there, but it doesn't really matter. mousesports finally making their way out. It's Dennis to push in first, but he's got no support here. You need to have a second player join him, because the trade is important. If Dennis gets dropped, that's a rifle grab for Fnatic, so it's good to have both Rops and Dennis in position to shut this one down. Rops is just waiting. Dennis is on the other side of the smoke, does fall on back. JW playing close on the side now. This PT50 can be lethal. If he peeks out though, he gives away his position. That's the element of surprise gone, trying to find himself a pick. But Flusher on top of the rafters gets himself one. JW dropped on the site, and Dennis with a deagle does do some work. One for him. Oscar gets dropped by the USP from Olafmeister. The silencer coming into great effect there as Dennis is now chased down, but it doesn't matter. He gets himself another deag. Almost goes in for Rops, but he will eventually be taken down. But look at the time left. 20 seconds on the clock. Rops has to grab this bomb. He has to get the plant, or he has to get the kill. And Olafmeister is playing this so well. Instead of sitting by the bomb, exactly where Rops would expect, he's coming in from the back. There's no way Rops will ever have a clue this is going on. Tries to grab the bomb. 12 seconds left on the clock, but Olafmeister will catch across. He should get away with his kills. Rops makes his way towards a plant spot. Will stick it. Olafmeister. Oh no, he's given up his best opportunity. AK grabbed. Got to take the fight now. Reload coming in, but Rops is hearing it. He's chasing down this kill as Olafmeister wraps around the back of the site, trying to find himself a better angle. And he does. Gets the kill with no armor as well. What a round from Olafmeister. I thought he may, throw it away when he actually allowed Rops to cross towards the site. But he doesn't. He gets that retake. He gets that kill. And Fnatic, they will pick up the round. I will increase the crosshair size after this map. Don't you worry. What I literally said, this should be the round where mousesports should get up to 11-11. This should be, the equal round, because it's a full eco. Fnatic had pistols, nothing else, no armor, no utility. And they throw it away! Oh my god, what a round for Fnatic. You've got to give props to them. mousesports can still buy. They've got obviously some cash left, as they did pick up 3 rounds previously, keeping a couple of players alive in the last 2. So now they're going to start to set up outside of the B side of the map. Oscar? Not too sure. Dennis is going to get tagged. Interesting. We'll go with that. But Rops has at least pushed himself into checkers. And this is good, because while mousesports have backed off, if these players from Fnatic actually try and form a rotation, if Dennis tries to leave the site and go towards CT at any point, Rops can peek in and catch him in the open. And that's very, very important. Flasher, though, opens things up towards middle. Does take down Oscar. Rops still hasn't striked over towards that B side of the map, but he's actually going to look like he wants to peek. I think JW might have a bit of an idea. He seems to be going around the angle with the AWP. Rops is just on the other side. And there we go. There's a rifle spotter. He knows what's going on. He just needs to wait. But he's actually going to go for it. Risky. And he gets away with it. Rops is dead. And mousesports have lost 2 players. Stuck in an awkward spot with 30 seconds remaining on the clock. JW and Dennis are the last 2 standing here. mousesports about to walk into this side of the map. Dennis does find lots of damage, but Chris J takes him down, and 20 seconds left. That nade could be crucial. So much damage. Chris is 7 HP, but the smoke will allow them to cross. This bomb plant can go down, and Flusher, he gets caught rotating back in as well. Now mousesports, they've still got this round alive. It's still doable, but not when shots happen like that. JW burns Chris, shoots Lau through the smoke, and Dennis is going to be the last man alive. Can't even go for this round. What just happened? JW rips apart mousesports through smoke. The Molotov denies the plant. The second kill stops the second player from going across the site in through smoke with an AWP. That could have been mousesports' round. It was everything they needed. Dear, dear, dear. Not a good position to be in for mousesports. They've had 2 buys. Not only did they lose it against full pistols the first time, but they lost a 4-on-3 when they should have had the bomb down. Now they're on pistols themselves, but they forced it up. They saved a bit of cash, but not enough to get the job done, I'd imagine. Lau finds one. Flusher, aggression in main to cancel out that first pick, and also follow up with the man advantage taken back in their favour as Rops tries to feed out of this A site, but Olafmeister takes him down. 2 players remaining now, and mousesports already a done deal. Oscar not going to allow, well, not going to be allowed to get that final kill. Flusher takes him. Fnatic 14 rounds. And, I mean, at this point, Mouse, frankly, have thrown away 2 of the easiest rounds they've, well, not easiest rounds, but 2 rounds they really shouldn't have. I do like these guys, but this is just so unfortunate for them. They're falling apart. Now they have to force things up. They do not want to play into OT. They want to get this win. And frankly, they've got a fairly decent buy, so I don't blame them. Tech9s are lethal. Glil on Rops, not great, but 2 AKs. At this point, I'd probably say maybe a UMP on Rops, but maybe he's got that personal choice just to go for the Glil over it for that range. Olaf, though, posted with the AWP. Oh, he gets it. Oscar goes down, and while he is tagged, that's still a pick. Dennis will go further, takes the head off of Rops, and Chris J trades. Olaf still on the site, very low. Good tag from JW. Olaf will finish a job as well, and JW goes in for more as well, leaving just Dennis. Crims takes him down, and Fnatic, they've got themselves 15 rounds. This will be map point here, grabbed by Fnatic. For those wondering, this is a very important match as well. If Fnatic pick up both wins here, they can mathematically qualify for Pro League. The finals, obviously, in Dallas. If they don't win both maps, they physically cannot qualify. And they're on their way to be doing the first. But still, the day is not done. The map is not over. mousesports are still in this one with a chance. Chris J has a Tech9, but everyone else on rifles. And Oscar going for that smoke boost. I love this. Great angle. The issue is no one's there. You can't get a peek. Flusher spotted. Information grabbed. And he actually just jiggle peeks towards the side there. May expose himself. Oscar gets good damage, but the smoke is gone. There's no need to employ the boost anymore. Nade will not go down, but Rops actually gets a kill onto Dennis on the entry. There's just Flusher left on the site. Still low. Oscar takes him down, but JW rotates back in with the AWP. Fnatic still in a 3v3. The bomb is not down on the site. In fact, mousesports don't even have the site control yet. Lau needs to get that for them, but JW takes him down. Now it's starting to look difficult. Crims removes another. It's all onto Rops. A clutch is needed, but it's not going to happen for the Estonian legend. It's going to be the round going to Fnatic. 16-10. They close out that first map, and that will be one of 2 that they need. The second map coming up is going to be Mirage, ladies and gentlemen. A very important map still. So Fnatic